Yeah, so I feel I should make just a quick tribute to Tina Turner. I won't go into all the gory details. I think everyone knows all, the men in her life. The men in her life weren't the nicest people. Just putting it politely. Um, yes, I tried to find where the chart position for River Deep Mountain High in Sydney, and I've got all my top 40 charts out of order. I used to have them in order, and with old age, everything becomes befuddled and muddled. And the least I could do was find 2UE official 30 top 40 predictions for 19th of October 1966. Coming in at number one, Sorry, the Easy Beats. Number two, Let It Be Me, Johnny Young. Number three, Have You Seen Your Mother Baby Standing in the Shadow, the Rolling Stones. And number four, River Deep Mountain High. And then I've skipped it. And then the next one, it comes in at number 40, right at the bottom there. Number 40, River Deep Mountain High, released on London in Australia. And I can't find the other ones around this time. They're in here somewhere. So I didn't get as high up the charts as I thought. I just had a chat with a text chat thing with Mr. Ed, and I said it was a huge hit in Australia. According to this, it wasn't. It got into the top 40. I don't know how high it went. I think it went up to about 29 or something. I just can't find the exact one there. So it really only just got into the top 30. I thought it was a number one here because it was played a lot on Sydney radio when I was 15. I loved it from the minute I heard it. I just went, wow. I went, this is Spector's masterpiece, and it was. It was. And I thought it sold much better than that. It's anyway. So it did better than the USA. I think they got to about 88 or something, and it's pretty pathetic, isn't it? And it probably would have gone much, much higher in the UK, probably in the top 10, top 5 for sure. But yeah, that's a bit of a shock to me. I actually thought it was way up in the in the top 3 hit in Sydney, but according to my 2UE charts, now you can't take that as gospel because there are two or three other stations that played the top 40 at the same time in Sydney, so they could have easily been much higher on. This is 2UE, could have been on 2UW, 2SM. Either of those two, it could have actually got much higher because I remember it being played a lot and I loved it. Anyway, and to finish up, I did actually have the album, which was came out afterwards, probably in the late 60s or something. It was terrible because it had the River Deep Mountain High was so great. All the other tracks that were tacked onto the album just couldn't match it, at all. And probably the only interesting thing about that album was that Dennis Hopper, the actor, did the photography for it. Yeah, anyway, it's a waffling one. So, yeah, R.I.P. Tina Turner. And I don't like Tommy, that Who thing, but she was fantastic as the Acid Queen. It's to me, Tommy, the movie, is unwatchable. The only bits I liked was Elton John playing the pinball machine in those stacked high heel shoes. But Tina Turner was absolutely frightening as the Acid Queen. She was wonderful in that. And let's not forget her. She had a bit of an Aussie connection in another way, in that she was in Mad Max Thunderdome, the third Mad Max movie, as another Acid Queen type Spider Woman, Dragon Lady type character. And she was great in that. And she also sang for the rugby league theme music one year. You're Simply the Best. We had Tina Turner singing the song, which introduced the rugby league games that one year. So anyway, I'm waffling, and I remember going into a wine bar down at Cronulla, my local beach, wonderful, wonderful beach down there, and they had a little trendy wine bar sometime back in the 70s, probably early 70s. And I always remember the drink, the favourite drink at that time was a blackberry nip, and the favourite music that the DJ played at this trendy wine bar was Nutbush City Limits. It was just so good. Anyway, what a waffle. But and by the way, another great artist died yesterday, Rolf Harris. Yeah, won't say any more about that. Anyway, bye now.